Menu narration option is set to off.
And we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Eagles and the Texans on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Andrews. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. And his throw is going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. On play action, Lance sliding out of the pocket. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
He'll take a shot to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That was a nice release left. What the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his
Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Smith catches left side. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Now Lance on the bootleg.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And Charles, that's 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signal.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Foya Sade Aluakin. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup that leads to 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Derek Barnett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. So they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Working from the gun, Lance. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And Andrews lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Andrews looking to throw on 2nd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
finds his running back, James Conner. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And Lance's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Now a play fake. Lance rolling to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Lance. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Again, it's Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if we see him ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Here's Andrews to throw on 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. Andrews. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Andrews. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Well, they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off of play action, and here's Lance. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
For what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 2nd and 10, Lance. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go, boys, let's go!
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back.
Well, this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Andrews now on 3rd and 2. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fletcher Cox bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Houston. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that. And that's caught inside the 35. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it.
That's all right, baby.
So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Right back to Connor here on 1st. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw is Andrews. Looking to throw on 2nd. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Andrews. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Andrews. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This is Smith with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now Lance again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves starting to come into play a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say, roads closed.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now in Houston, 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Andrews throwing on first down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Welcome to the NFL, baby.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Andrews. Incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Texans on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be third and forever. Back to throw. Andrews. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears, but right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Every drive from here on is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting the field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Fulisane Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Connor on the read option. And he's going to be taken down in with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Andrews to throw on 2nd down. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 37. Blankenship's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
All day, baby, let's go!
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing and communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On play action, Lance. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10.
Come on, fellas.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown. Dallas got his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So now the Texans down by 15. And time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here. And
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To Connor on the check down. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Now here's Andrews looking to throw on 2nd down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Lance now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance